Welcome! So today we're going to be making our Divine Mercy Jesus. So as you can see, I've got the rays coming out. You could also choose to sew on his arm. You could also choose to put some kind of pipe cleaner or something under here to be able to hold his arms up. Or you can choose to have his arms loose like I do. This is also a really great gift to give to a kid with a rosary or decade rosary so that the child can do the Divine Mercy Chaplet with their Jesus. All right, now let's get started. Oh, actually, before we get started, you do need a 4mm hook. You need a yarn needle, scissors. And you should have already done part 1, the Saint Doll video, and that would give you the head and body and arms. Notice I gave him white cloak, white robe, and for his arms as well as white. And then I also give him kind of a skin color for hands and his face. All right, now let's get started. All right, now we're gonna start making the Divine Mercy Jesus. So I've already stitched in. I've already gone ahead and tied in all of my ends. I'm going to choose not to put Jesus in his specific kind of orientation for his arms. I'm just going to leave his arms free. If you're going to choose to do that, then I wouldn't sew in the ends for his hands yet. However, I'm going to do that myself. So I've sewn in this side. This side is not sewn in. So I'm going to sew in the arms on this side and tie in all of your ends. I leave the bottom ones just so I can use it later. But go ahead and tie in all your ends first. All right, now I'm going to do 1 double crochet, and then in the very next stitch I'm going to do an increase, so 2 double crochets in the same stitch, and then I'm going to continue that pattern all the way around until I have 30 double crochets. Go and pause your video. All right, now we're going to start making the Divine Mercy Jesus. So I've already stitched in. I've already gone ahead and tied in all of my ends. I'm going to choose not to put Jesus in his specific kind of orientation for his arms. I'm just going to leave his arms free. If you're going to choose to do that, then I wouldn't sew in the ends for his hands yet. However, I'm going to do that myself. So I've sewn in this side. This side is not sewn in. So I'm going to sew in the arms on this side and tie in all of your ends. I leave the bottom ones just so I can use it later. But go ahead and tie in all your ends first. Next, I'm going to take brown yarn and I'm going to create his hair. So you can do a magic circle or just a slip knot, whatever works easiest for you. And then chain 1 and do double crochet into the very first one. And we're going to do 10 double crochets all the way around. All right, now once I've got all 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to put 2 double crochets into each one. I'll go and pause the video. All right, now I'm going to do 1 double crochet. And then in the very next stitch, I'm going to do an increase. So 2 double crochets in the same stitch. And then I'm going to continue that pattern all the way around until I have 30 double crochets. Go and pause your video. All right, so now you can do 4 single crochets and then an increase. 4. And then increase. We're going to continue this all the way around until you have 36. Now I'm just going to do double crochets all the way around. So do 1 more row, double crochet all the way around. All right, now this is what it should look like. So now what you're going to do is you're going to double crochet 23 around, and then you'll turn and do another 23 back. So 2 rows, 23 crochet. So I went ahead and put in these just to kind of mark it off, the 23 around, and then I'm gonna go to the next stitch and go all back around to 23. Right, and this is what you should be creating. Now I'm going to do 2 more rows that look just like these two, so 23 for 2 more rows, all double crochet. All right, now that we've finished, you can go ahead, put this on the head, and go ahead and sew it in so that it'll stay in. This is Jesus's hair. Now we're going to specifically make the rays coming out of Jesus. So you can already see I already have the blue, just give you an idea of what it's going to look like. It's also what the hair looks like. Now you're going to do the exact same thing with both red and blue. I'm going to take red. I'm going to chain 15. Chain 15. Now I'm going to skip the first stitch, and I'm going to do 3 slip stitches. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do 4 single. And I'm going to do 4 half double crochet. And then we're going to do 3 double crochet. So now chain 1, and we're going to cut off a large piece so we can sew this part on. So go ahead and pause your video and sew on your piece. Alright, so now we have our Divine Mercy Jesus. You could have, before I sewed in all the ends, you could sew Jesus's arms so that it would be stuck right there on his chest, pointing to his heart. Or you can choose not to. I chose not to for mine personally. Now I'm going to add in eyes. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to take my black yarn. Again, there's a lot of different ways to do eyes. Mine certainly is not the best, but you are free to use it. And I put it the bottom portion of where I believe my eyes are going to be. And what I make is kind of a closed eyes. So I go loop around the loop that's right above, to the right, and to the left. and then go back down. And then I go to the other side, go to the bottom portion of the eye, go up and to the right, and then go over, have that loop underneath, on top, pull it through, oops, pull through, and then I go back in. And then I'm gonna go right back to where my black yarn is, where I hid it underneath the hair. And I'm going to take that through. And then I can tie off this and hide it and cut it, and I'll be finished. All right, now we're finished. So this is our Divine Mercy Jesus. You could also give him a beard. I choose not to. I hope you enjoyed this pattern, and I hope you try to make more Saint dolls. Check out my link for other Saint dolls that you can try to make as well. This also goes really well with a little decade rosary or a rosary, so that the child can do the Divine Mercy chaplet with their Jesus.